Hi guys, Ingrid Campbell again. So now I'm going to talk about how my strategy for getting to diamond. And I need a little disclaimer on this. This is not the only way to do it, and it's not the only right way. This is how I do it. And there's a million other people that you can follow and get advice from. So you don't have to do this the right way, or my way, I'm sorry. There is no right or wrong way. So I just want to make that very clear. But I do want to tell you how I got to ambassador and how I continue to build my team in my 2.0 spot. So let me go ahead. And you know what? I'm not going to do a screen share this time. I'm just going to hold up a chart because I think I can point to it a little better. After you get to Ruby, Ruby is the first level. Here's Ruby right here. So here's Ruby, has 3 distributors on the top line and 2 distributors under your executive. So that's the first level that you can maintain by volume, okay? And so at Ruby and above, you're gonna wanna start making your team very balanced. So what maintaining by volume means is at Ruby, you can have 4,000 in group volume with no more than 2,000 coming from one leg, okay? And that's how you would maintain Ruby. So basically, you don't have to get each one of these boxes to 400 every single month. You can just maintain it by volume, okay? That is actually very tricky at Ruby. Most people just maintain by chart because it's easier than getting 4,000 in volume as a Ruby. That's quite a bit of volume, especially with these 2 400 boxes. There's supposed to be a 400 there. Those 2 400 boxes need to make up 2,000 in volume. And so that means they probably have distributors under them. With that said, the next rank you're going to be shooting for is Emerald. And at Emerald, here, I am going to share my screen really quick. 1 second. Okay. Oops, wrong screen. Okay, so let me close this out. So let's get an Emerald chart up here. Go to your document library. Emerald is a lot easier to maintain by volume than Ruby, and it's a lot easier to balance your team. And I will show you why. So Emerald has 2 rubies. So these rubies are going to be pretty much the same volume. If you have someone that's really, really strong in one ruby, then make sure that you are helping your other ruby or your other top line. And what I mean by helping, once you have your 4 loyal customers that you got for, in your first 30 days to get your ruby bonus, after that, my strategy is to place my customers in my downline so that I can build my business. I build my paycheck and I'm getting my bonuses. So I want that to be very clear. A lot of people think that when they start moving customers, they want to move them to people that deserve it, or if someone's not working, then they feel that they're doing the work for them and that they should get a thank you out of it. And I don't agree with that at all. So let me come back to this really quick. Stop. So make sure that if you decide that you want to build your business by moving customers and moving distributors, make sure it's very clear in your mind that you are doing this for you. No one needs to say thank you. No one, and you don't need to get hurt when you build someone's business and they stop working, okay? That was your decision and it's to build your paycheck. So make sure that's very clear in your mind. So let me go back to the chart. Okay, so once you have your 4 customers, what I would do is if you have, a strong ruby, then make sure that you're balancing that ruby out with either helping this ruby or helping your 400 boxes get to these 400 levels, okay? At Emerald, you can maintain the rank once you make this chart. you can maintain the rank with 8,000 in volume with no more than 4,000 coming from any one leg. Okay, so say this ruby is 2,000 or 3,000, this ruby is 3,000 in volume. You still need to come up with another 2,000 outside of them in order to maintain emerald. So again, the volume is always a little bit higher than when you first promote to emerald. You actually almost need to be built to diamond in order to maintain that rank, but it is easier to balance it out because you have 2 even ranks. Okay, you should have an idea of which one is going to become your emerald, so that you can go, boost the next rank, which is diamond, and that needs an emerald and a ruby. So let's get that chart up. Okay, so now I was asked the question of, do I place distributors wide and build a strong team, or do I place them under my emerald and ruby? And it's definitely a case-by-case scenario, but I do work by the chart. I don't build wide. I actually started building wide in my 2.0 account, and it just didn't work. I got my 2.0 account to diamond, and it was so hard to maintain with the wide structure because so many people would quit working as well, and I wasn't helping maintain my chart because there was all these people out wide that I needed to help Fast Start qualify, and that wasn't necessarily helping me maintain diamond. Okay, so personally, I do build my chart, and I do encourage you to build really strong. So make sure that your emerald and your ruby are someone who are going to work, someone that's going to run their ADBV auto ship every month. Because if they're not commission qualified, then that really shoots you in the foot. Even if you build their whole team for them, you at least need them to be getting that paycheck to help you out. So make sure that you have people in these boxes that are going to really work with you, okay? Let's see, one second. Stop. Okay, I'm not sure that you can see my cursor when I'm pointing to the chart, so I want to make sure. So say your emerald person, you were so excited about them and they are ready to run with you, and the next month you build them to emerald and the next month they quit. What I would do in that situation is check under them their rubies or their executives or any leader you can find in their organization and go with them, okay? It doesn't matter how far down the leg you go, as long as someone in that leg is emerald, that leg counts as your emerald leg. It does not have to be on your top line, okay? So that's what I would do. If you are really good at enrolling distributors, this is what I do. If my chart is full, but say this box, this 400 box is at like 350, and maybe even she quit, but she has 350 in customers under her. Another strategy that you can do is place the distributor, the new distributor, under this box, and then you're going to want to put 2 customers under that distributor to get them Fast Start qualified so that you get your $99 bonus. And also that is now going to count for their entire group volume. So the old distributor that's not working plus their customers plus the new distributor is all going to add into that group volume. And it's not a big deal that they're not on your top line, because even if that person goes diamond in the future, that volume will all compress up to you, and it'll be as if it's on your top line since that top person's not working. Sorry, my husband and little boy just walked in. I'm doing a video call. Also, my other tip for balancing diamond is your emerald is so much bigger than your ruby. And so to maintain by volume, that volume is 10,000 GV with no more than 5,000 coming from any one leg. So it's very, very important that you build your ruby and your top line. So these 3 boxes and this ruby need to have a lot of volume. They need to come up with 5,000 in volume to offset this emerald. So the places I place, I do my 400 boxes first because they're highest up to me. That's where I'm going to place my customers. 400 boxes first. Then I'm going to help this Ruby, their 400 boxes. Okay, and if I've got all of those filled, then I'm going to start working on my Emerald. So it's just very important that you build that Ruby very strong. The first month you may need to maintain by chart, and so that you have that Ruby just ready to go and your top line. I'd also start building this Ruby to another Emerald to off balance this Emerald. So this person's hopefully going to get to Diamond on their own, and then you've got this one built to Emerald, and then you're at double Diamond, okay? So make sure that you are placing under your top line as a priority, under your top line distributors. Once they're at 400, then you place under your Ruby to get them to Ruby, and then you move to your Emerald. So your Emerald should be someone that's really, really strong. If they happen to be, a weak Emerald, a weak team, and you are balanced with your Ruby and your Emerald, then that's fine to kind of place everywhere, but just make sure that those teams are balanced. I think that's all I wanted to cover, but my strategy is basically put customers where you're going to get a fast start bonus first, and then where you're going to promote. So if you can do both of those at the same time, that's something good to consider. Place distributors where you need more volume so that you can immediately place customers under them and get your bonus and also help your chart. So I hope that gives some tips. It's kind of hard without questions, without on-air questions, but that is my strategy. I place distributors under to fill my chart to Diamond, and then I just build diamonds wide, and then you want to get to ambassador as fast as you can, but that seems like a good strategy as far as keeping your team motivated and also building your own paycheck. And also remember, when you are helping your team, you're building your business and your paycheck. So keep that in mind when you're doing that, and it helps alleviate some of the stress and pressures that it comes with building someone else's team. So, all right, so if you have any questions, please comment on this video or message me, and I'd be happy to answer them. Thanks.